Hey guys, Tim here. Today we are talking about low-level aerobic conditioning. This is a topic that I've been super interested in and really thinking a lot about now that I'm going through Joel Jamieson's Ultimate MMA Conditioning, which, yes, is a book about conditioning for mixed martial arts athletes, but has some really, really nice applicability to the CrossFit community, strength training athletes, even the endurance community. So what is low-level aerobic conditioning? Really, why should we care? So what it is any continuous activity, walking, biking, easy rowing, swimming, performed at an intentionally low heart rate, low intensity. That heart rate is anywhere from about 110 to 150 beats a minute. If you're an older athlete, it's more towards that 110 to 120. And younger folks will be okay pushing to 140 or 150 beats a minute and still be able to stay in this low-level, predominantly aerobic zone. So why do we care? First and foremost, probably most obviously, by doing this kind of aerobic training, we can improve our aerobic fitness. And that not only helps with really long hikes, but that helps with seemingly grueling tasks of 5 to 10 minutes, a lot of the CrossFit Open type workouts, something like a hard mile run, because it enables you to derive more energy from your aerobic system without having to use other energy systems which kind of create fatigue a little bit more quickly. So this type of training teaches your body to stay aerobic longer, which is helpful in pretty much any endeavor. Secondly, this type of training can actually improve recovery. And recovery is super important because training isn't just the stress that you put on your body. It's not just the 225-pound barbell that you just picked up from the ground or threw overhead. It's not the 10-mile run that you just did. Training actually occurs as a response to that stressor. So if you can adapt better to that stressor, then you're going to get more of a training effect and actually become a better athlete. So anything that we can do to actually improve the adaptation to that training stressor is going to make you a far, far more effective and resilient athlete. Finally, this type of training doesn't really have a negative impact on other types of training. An example that I like to give is if you're doing a really, really heavy squat cycle, let's say you're squatting heavy 3 days a week, if you decide, hey, I'm going to try to improve my mile time and run some hard intervals 3 times a week as well, then you're probably going to compromise the training effects and the adaptations of both while trying to pursue both at the same time. Fortunately, with this stuff, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're in like a technique block for Olympic lifting, a strength training block, this will not have a negative effect on that type of training, and through the recovery adaptation that we talked about, might actually enhance the effects of that training block, which is pretty cool. So, how do we do this? Quite simply, we move more frequently throughout the day. We do long, slow aerobic exercise on purpose. We can aim for between 10,000 to 15,000 steps a day. Something like a Fitbit is really, really useful. Brisker will be better if you're a really fit person. Your heart rate might not get even to that 110 zone with a walk, but with brisk walking, it should, and it's an easy thing to work in throughout your day. Things like switching car commuting to bike commuting can have incredible effects to the overall health and well-being of a person, but actually can start to enhance the fitness and performance of a person as well, because that bike commute is probably going to be in that intensity. My personal favorite, every Saturday or Sunday, just going on a nice long hike. Doesn't have to be too intense. Keep in mind, we want to stay in that zone for as long as we can. And finally, I just wanted to mention a concept of a lot of folks come into the gym and they think of themselves as a person that trains or as an athlete for that 1 hour that they're in the gym. I want to expand that kind of thinking. You are an athlete 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because what you do the other 23 hours of the day when you're not in the gym has a dramatic effect on your ability to recover, adapt, and improve from the hard work that you put in when you're in the gym. So think you're an athlete 24/7, it's not just a part-time kind of gig. When should you start this? Right now. Keep in mind, training is recovery, which is adaptation, which is performance. This low-level aerobic conditioning not only helps with the performance, but it can also help you recover and adapt from your harder efforts, which indirectly leads to improved performance. If anyone has any kind of further questions about this topic, feel free to ask me in the gym or email me at trrichart@gmail.com. If anyone really wants to nerd out on this stuff, highly recommend Joel Jamieson's book. Thank you so much for watching.